Welcome back, folks. With me, Phil Too Real. You're watching part 4 of the Metal Gear Solid Delta, aka 3 remake. And my God, this intro brings back all sorts of freaking memories, man. Cynthia, I think her name is Cynthia Harrell. Harrell. I don't know if I like this version more or if I like the original Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater version. But I think I like this one just as much, if only because of the improved visuals and everything. Because I don't know, I feel like they did a lot more with the visuals. But granted, the original Snake Eater was on PS2. But my God, this is so much more. Of course, a spoiler alerts because Snake got an eye patch. I don't know what happened. But oh man, if I feel that Cynthia Harrell, her voice got so much more better with time. It aged like fine. Her voice aged like fine wine, and my goodness, it's so amazing. Oh, I could listen to this all day. But last, we're only going to be listening to it for about, I don't know, about 2 minutes. I guess this is Hideo Kojima's version of like having an anime intro. So fucking good. I just like the visuals too with the snake skeletons and everything. Snake Eater! Oh my. We'll get to that scene towards the end of the game, I'm sure. And then we see all the cobras in their glory. Those are Fox. What the fuck? Who's that? He's definitely not part of the cobras. But we actually are going to fight all the cobras as Snake in Metal Gear Solid 1 does with Foxhound Unit. But in this case, Naked Snake is when you fighting them as, the cobras. But another song that Cynthia Harrell sings that Konami for a Konami game is "I Am the Wind" for Castlevania Symphony of the Night. That's the ending credit theme, and it's a pretty good song too. Castlevania Symphony of the Night is one of my, I'm not going to say it's one of my favorite games I play because I've only really played it like 3 times, I think, all the way, and I do enjoy it. But man, that song too is really good. And I really like this intro, and like anime intros in general. I just like the mood that some of these intros have with the songs they choose, and this right here it's so much better because most anime intros, I'm sure do Japanese, and I don't speak Japanese, but English I absolutely do speak, and this freaking intro just hits it right in all the right notes. Forgive the pun. Snake Eater. Oh man, it gives me shivers down my spine. Okay, now unfortunately, like the last part and the part before that, well, maybe not the second part, but the first and third part, this one is also going to be a lot of talking. Unfortunately, it's just the nature of Metal Gear Solid games. So I apologize if that bothers some of y'all, but that's just the nature. If I didn't speak in any of these cutscenes, I mean, I'd only be talking for maybe 4 hours tops of gameplay. I legit feel like there's not that much gameplay in Metal Gear Solid. You're mainly paying for the story and this conspiracy theories that Hideo Kojima had. But as Snake is doing right here, he's about to catch a ride with the X-Men because that is an SR-71. Is it Blackbird? SR-71 Blackbird, I believe, which is, it's still, well, at that time it was the fastest aircraft. I don't know if it still is. I'm sure it isn't. Technology has improved in the last freaking, was this, the 60s? The last 60 years? I think this takes place in 64, 65, maybe 68, if I remember right. So, almost like 60 years. So we get a flashback sequence here.
So how does it feel to be a patient in one of the most advanced ICUs in the world?
Would you do me a favor and tell the suits about visiting hours? I'll never get better with them assaulting me day and night.
Yeah, I wouldn't get better about that too. I just, if anyone's ever been in the hospital, you know how freaking crazy it is. People just coming in and out of your room, bothering you. Shit sucks.
They're just looking for a scapegoat.
I'm not a Yu-Gi-Oh card major.
They're after you too.
Let's just say
And
neither one is going to be made a national hero.
Snake plays freaking goat format Yu-Gi-Oh in the 60s, and you guys ain't even fucking invented yet. I wonder what freaking deck Major would play. I wonder if he'd play, I don't even know, like whatever. He probably plays like fucking Teledad or some shit like that.
What kind of chance?
Don't get too excited.
My experience with Yu-Gi-Oh stops at
A cigar.
man,
It's you.
I can't even think. Yugo's gone so far since I quit. Since the start of the link mechanic, I just like, nah, I'm out. Pendulums was pretty bad, and I think Link just killed it for me. I mean, I play some Yu-Gi-Oh after that, but I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh at all, like for all intents and purposes, outside of, like video games and stuff.
President Johnson.
Yes, I hear you, Mr.
Ah,
Chairman.
the president and the chairman.
It was a hotline call from Khrushchev to President Johnson.
I wonder if
Head of the Soviet Union?
they pulled, because this is the same audio from the original Metal Gear Solid 3, which is before the age of like AI voices, like replicated voices. At least in the civilian sector. I don't know if they had them in the military sector or like the intelligence agencies and everything back in the day, but I wonder if they like use some lines from like actual footage or recordings, like Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, you know, that kind of stuff. I wonder if those were like legitimately their voices, or they got someone that can do very good voice acting, like literally like replicate President Johnson and Chairman Khrushchev's voice. It'd be very interesting. I would have liked to hear this, but with like Kennedy and Khrushchev, maybe like before the Virtuous Mission, it would have been President Kennedy, and after he got assassinated, it would have been like Johnson. That would have been an interesting twist. I think that would have been really cool. Like this just gets dropped on Johnson, like, oh shit, man, Kenny was cooking with this, and just got left in my lap. That'd been an interesting twist, I think. Oh, it was Brezhnev. I was making sure. I've since the last recording, this has probably like been a week since I started recording.
Her name is the Boss. She's a living legend. During World War II, she was the one who led us to victory.
Hideo Kojima's mine.
Russia, you know her as.
I wonder what Voyevoda means in. I guess that's Russian. Maybe Future Phil can like look that up. I bet you it just means the boss.
Yeah, that's the one. And she took 2 miniature nuclear shells along with her.
The boss took 2 miniature.
And the David Crockett is legitimately. I want to say. I'm like 90% sure that was a real nuclear platform that they invented for infantry, and I think there was one called Atomic Annie. I believe that was like it was a mortar that you could shoot off of like off a vehicle. Like this era in history is like so fascinating to me because this is like one of the closest that the whole world like just went to shit, and like we own like. We like almost destroyed like the entire human race. Like it's interesting in like a morbid way. Like if you ever want to accelerate like freaking humanity's technology, all you gotta do is just like literally like, okay, let's just go and off like humans, and we'll find the most efficient way to do it. That's what I feel like the Cold War was like. Oh, you know what? They got ICBMs. What if we just like had soldiers with like these miniature nuclear shells, just shoot them? It's rather frightening and interesting to me.
That's correct. We were not involved in any way.
Then what was a U.S. military aircraft doing on our radar?
You know, Comrade Khrushchev's asking a really good question right there.
And yet you say it was not acting under your orders.
That's correct.
That'd be something like an HR. Like you go, your boss is like standing right there next to you. He's like, "Are you saying that this person was acting like without your supervision?" Your boss is just like, "That's absolutely correct." But they're underneath your direct supervision. I know, but I had no information. Plausible deniability. At least that's how I feel like that's playing out.
However, I'm afraid my power over the military has weakened since the Cuban incident. I will need some kind of proof that this was not the action of the American government. You have one.
Damn, what a
you must
ultimatum.
catch the boss yourselves and recover the remaining nuclear device. Then you must find some way to prove your
okay.
innocence.
What are we supposed to do?
Prove our innocence.
Yes, preferably something painful. Prove to me that this is not merely...
How about some specifics, bro?
The boss should be close to Colonel Volgin. about a little co-action?
I would not expect
So,
much
okay,
if I
well,
were
we need to take
to
out the boss, but how about we take out
instead.
Volgin for you so you don't have to worry about him?
And Colonel Volgin is a member of the Brezhnev faction, which seeks to topple my government. 1 week. You have only one.
And we kind of get the
It's not too much to
the
ask.
details of Snake Eater right here. We are going to...
What is that supposed to mean?
It means nothing, comrade.
Nothing means nothing. Call it a modest gentleman's agreement to
Yeah, so we're going to have to get Sokolov, destroy the Shagohod, kill the boss, and kill Volgin as a bonus to Khrushchev's demands.
I will be ousted, and they will seek.
And as he just said, he'll be thrown out of office, and
Nuclear
the
attack on the
people
United
coming
States.
after him are not going to be as negotiable as
I'll leave the
Khrushchev.
disposal of this situation entirely to your discretion, Mr. President.
Disposal.
And President Johnson's like, you know what?
The beginning of
You know,
a new
you go ahead and do whatever you want. I'll just turn a blind eye, but don't make it too flashy.
Put it
That's why I
simply,
feel
in
like
order to
what was
avoid a
just
full-scale
discussed
nuclear conflict,
in a
we have to
nutshell.
prove that America was not involved in that explosion.
And eliminating the boss ourselves will prove America's innocence.
Right.
Interesting.
The higher-ups have decided that you're the only one capable of pulling
I'm
this
the
off.
only one.
You were her last apprentice. Screw this one up, and we'll both be 6 feet under. There's no
Well, I mean, Snake would be probably dead. He'd probably be dead in Russia if he failed. But, I mean, yeah, I guess you got a point. Your neck could be on the line, too.
Are the Russians going to be helping us?
And here's one of those things where you look at the use the right bumper. And this person, what's very interesting is a lot of Yumi Kuchiki.
That's it.
I believe these posters, they're the same posters in the same areas of the game, but they're like, of course, like 20 years older, I think. Because I think almost 20 years older. Maybe this game,
You mean the two NSA code?
I want to say this
who
game's
went
like
over
20
to the
years old.
Soviet
It's hard to
Union?
believe Metal Gear Solid 3 is 20 years old at this point. Or close to
then,
20 years old.
they've apparently been
But you'll
training
see
the
different
KGB
posters
for
of
exactly this kind of
these
situation.
women
Their code
all
names
over
are
the
Adam
game.
and Eva.
I think some of them are
told that Adam has infiltrated
voice
Vulcan's ranks.
actresses that contribute to the game or models that
Also arranged for him
contributed to the
provide you with an
game.
escape route.
And
You'll
some
need
of
to
them
rendezvous with him when you get there.
are normal, like that one. Other ones are pretty risque. I think one that comes to mind is the one in the torture, spoiler, the torture area. But, no, they're going to catch us. Oh no, he was talking shit about the models. We have to kill him, comrade.
Altitude 30,000 feet.
The first time I realized that they were chasing, well, that not talking about Snake, but the first time they picked up on the SR-71, I legit, all I heard was the X-Men theme. That's all I heard. But this theme's not too bad. This is actually the theme to Metal Gear Solid, but just the Metal Gear Solid 3 version. Unfortunately, Metal Gear Solid 1 didn't get this theme, and this theme is so fucking, like, epic to me. The theme for Metal Gear Solid 2 is so good, but I feel like the version of 3 like, took it up one more level. And Metal Gear Solid 4 was good, but I don't remember it as vividly as I do 2 or 3. Here we go. This is totally not going to be painless. Ow, 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 ow. Could you imagine it like getting caught on like a big branch and just slams against you, or you catch your, I don't know, your chest, or snap your leg against it? The mission be over. Like, that's a miracle in itself. Like, we didn't break anything. And of course, Snake is now sporting the boss's headband. Which looks very good on him, I must say. And I might have said this in the last part, but that bandana, I like to think that bandana gets passed down all the way down to Solid Snake.
This is Snake. This is Snake. Do you
That's
read
the
me?
same. It's the same line from the original Metal Gear.
Safely.
This is
Flown
Snake.
pretty far
Can
off
you read
target.
me?
Snake, let's go over your mission objectives one more time. Rescue Sokolov.
Okay, that's easy.
Find out what's happened to the Shagohod. Then
Also
destroy it.
easy.
And finally, eliminate
Not
the
so
boss.
easy. Actually,
Eliminate
the boss fight with the boss
This
fight with the
mission will be
boss
codenamed
is
Operation Snake.
it's a lot easier in my opinion in this game than it was in Metal Gear Solid 3.
Don't forget about...
Oh yeah, we gotta take out
I'm
Mr.
not a
Dude,
hired
Mr.
killer.
Thunderface
I
over
know,
Mr.
but that was the
Scarface. I
Kremlin's
don't know.
demand.
I always try to
Man,
think of some weird
you mean it
name
wasn't
for
just a
Volgin,
request?
but nothing ever really
What's it to us
sticks.
if the Khrushchev regime is threatened by the colonel and his faction?
If supporting the current regime helps us avoid a nuclear exchange, then that's what we'll
Yeah,
do.
you got a good point.
And what did the CIA
You know,
do
rather
with
deal with the
plans?
devil you know than the devil
Our
you don't know.
priority
Because
is
at least
the
the devil
rescue
we
of
know,
Sokolov
which is
and the
Khrushchev,
destruction of
will
the
like
shareholders.
be willing to
Roger that,
negotiate.
Major
We have no
Hold
idea
on,
what
Snake.
Brezhnev
What
would do.
now?
I'm changing my code name. It turns out Tom wasn't the most
Say
auspicious
what?
choice.
What do you mean?
Well, the truth is, when I chose my code name, I picked the wrong one.
The wrong one.
Did you ever see the movie The Great Escape? Came out
This is a
last year.
pretty interesting
Must have missed that one.
thing to talk
Anyway,
about.
it's
Hey
based on a
Snake,
true
let me
story
just
of
distract
how
you from your
prisoners
mission
escaped from
real
a
quick.
POW camp in Nazi Germany.
With this movie, and I had this idea of picking a tunnel to,
The Nazis find
you
two
know,
tunnels before they're finished.
be a good luck charm
Prisoners
for your
succeed
mission.
in
Let me just pick the
escaping by
wrong
using the
fucking
last
tunnel to
remaining
jinx you
tunnel.
with.
The names of those three tunnels were Dick, Harry, and Tom.
I get it. You used the name of the tunnel they escaped in as your code name because you thought it would bring you good luck.
Yes, that's exactly right. At least, that was the plan.
But
But I got the name wrong. The one they escaped in was
Thank
Harry.
God the one they didn't
Tom
escape
was
in
one of
was.
the unlucky tunnels. It was discovered
Oh my
by the
God,
Nazis before it was
that was
finished.
horrible.
I watched the movie again.
Imagine
just to
Dick
make
is short
sure.
for Richard, which I don't
I even
understand
ordered
how
the
that
actual
is
film
even
from
a
the movie
thing.
company.
But
yeah,
all
it
right,
doesn't sound like the greatest name to use. So what should I call you?
You know, let's just use...
there we go. Now I can actually say what I've been wanting to say the whole time, because it's so hard to
Major
like
Zero it is.
call Major
Start over
Zero
from square
Major
one.
Tom
From
when
square zero.
like
My frequency?
that's like what everyone calls him in the
140.85.
series.
Oh, I almost forgot. Paramedic is with us again. on
Thank
this
goodness.
mission.
I like
Is
her.
this her last chance
I like her
to-
little movie trivia.
If we fail, she'll have her medical license revoked. It's more or less the same kind of...
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
Her frequency is the same as
And
during
it's
the
still
first
going to be on our
mission.
memory, so we don't actually have to
145.73.
remember 14573 or
She'll be recording your
14096.
mission data as well, just like the last time. That frequency is also the same. 140.9.
And I'll try to edit out some of the codec conversations going
His
forward.
name is Mr. Sigurd,
I
an
think
expert on
towards
the
the
latest in
end,
weapons and equipment
that not the end. I
technology.
think so far I've edited
Going
up like
against
part
some of the world's
13.
most advanced
But
weapons to infiltrate the research.
as far as
If you have any questions,
like
just ask
codec
me.
conversations,
His
I mean
frequency,
there are a lot I do that I leave in that are kind of
148.41.
interesting, but some of them I do think are pretty useless. So I do edit those out, and I try to edit in like kind of interesting ones, like the one with paramedic talking about Snake leaving a descendant, or
Yes, meet up with
the
Adam first.
the
He's
funny
cleared the way for
ones
you to
with
rescue Sokolov.
Sigget. I think the
How
one
will
with
I know
Sigget,
this Adam guy when I see him?
when you get the
You'll know
chocolate
once you
chip
reach the factory. The whole area
camouflage,
has
I think
been
that's one of
polluted
like
by the
more
fallout from
funnier
that nuclear blast.
camouflages.
No one else would dare
Because it
come
looks like a
close.
chocolate chip cookie.
The password is, who are the Patriots? And Lali Lule.
If you play Metal Gear Solid 2, that Lale Lule Low one
Gotcha.
is
Be
pretty.
equipped with a 45 for
It's a
this
big
mission.
hint
Be
at
careful,
what
it's noisy.
who
I
Zero
thought
and
standard Fox procedure was procure
Naked Snake
on-site
are.
weapons acquisition.
The circumstances are different this time.
Which at
You're
this
now on
point
an
everyone
official
knows who
mission
the
of the
Lale
United
Lule
States
Low
government.
and who are the
It will be
Patriots
necessary
and
to
how
make
this
your presence
how
known to
this
a
ties
certain
back to
extent.
Major Zero
The
and
Khrushchev
Naked
regime,
Snake.
at the very least. But remember, this is still a sneaking mission. Snake, if you
Hey,
fail this mission,
you know,
it will mean an
At least I got my
all-out nuclear war.
45, man. I'm good.
That
I'm
in
good.
mind
We
and
got
proceed
this.
with
There's nothing
extreme
possibly could
caution.
go wrong.
Understood. Commencing Operation
Snake Eater. All right, so now we actually get to the gameplay. And the gameplay is still very much the same, except right now it's at middle of the night, so everything's dark. And all we really have is our 1911 and some food and some camouflages. And the camouflages I have from beating the game the first time. Now, I'm not going to use very many, if any, of the DLC camouflages. I try not to use that because, I mean, DLC is stuff you buy with the game. And some people don't use that, which I understand. I completely get that. There will be one section of the game that I can think of right at the top of my head. It's the last secret reel at the very end of the game that I just could not do it without one of the DLC camos, so I ended up using one of the Peace Walker battle garb, and that's what I ended up using because that one's just, it's a freaking pain, man. I tried doing it without taking out any of the enemies, and finally just said, screw it, I'm just going to do tactical high fives on everyone with the 1911, the 45, which is the gun I'm having. But let's go ahead. Is that a horse? That voice came out of the snake. Let's take out this python. I forget what I think it's called, like a emerald python or something like that. Let's see what paramedic says.
Paramedic.
Snake, it's so good to hear from you again.
Same here. It's been a week, hasn't it?
4 days.
You know, I like to imagine. I like to imagine if shit didn't go sideways in this mission, and Snake had like a normal life after the fact. I'd like to think him and paramedic hooked up, like in a parallel universe. But with the shit that's gone on through his mission, they're both kind of like changed. Because there's some good chemistry between these two. I like the chemistry between paramedic and Naked Snake. And Sigint's just a bro, man. I love Sigint. He's such a bro, man. Ah, hell nah! And then, of course, Major Zero is like the big brother of the, which is ironic considering what he ends up becoming. He's like the big brother of the group.
Yeah. I can see you still know how to nag.
You're welcome. And I can see you still don't know when to keep your mouth shut.
Case in point right here. They got good chemistry. I like them.
By the way, I heard you're going to lose your medical license if this mission fails.
Yes, there was talk of that, but the mission won't fail, will it?
Of course not.
Good job, Snake.
I believe in you. But you know what? I really don't care about my medical license.
Didn't they use that to force you to participate in this
That's pretty
operation?
messed up.
No, I volunteered.
Oh, that's good.
Why?
So that I could watch over you.
Case in point.
Snake, you're the best agent I've ever seen.
Again, this conversation right here just kind of cements that idea in my mind. Not like a fan fiction kind of thing, but it's just like a what if, like stuff in this mission didn't go sideways.
I mean, you couldn't ask for a better guardian angel than me, right?
Thanks.
Stop right there.
Huh?
You can thank me when you get back.
And we will.
Right.
Alright, so let's go ahead and get out of here, and let's go find what the source of that horse was. Sneaky, sneaky. Man, thank God I wasn't in that thing when it crashed. Snake's like, I want to name this horse Eponia. All Snake needs is a freaking cap. A Link cap, a Zelda cap. I can't think of what the hat's called off the top of my head. At least I'm wearing green.
Looks like death wasn't ready for you.
What the heck? Well, that wasn't loud. I'm glad there were subtitles.
Boss.
That arm still hurt?
Snake, what are you doing? Why are you lowering the gun?
What are you doing here?
Oh dear. That would have been a thumbnail image, that face that she made, but I'm choosing to leave the intro in there as the thumbnail. Dude, that's the second time your freaking gun got field stripped in front of you. And I was just curious. I looked up like how to field strip like a 1911. It's pretty it looks simple, but it's not simple enough to where you could do that like right off the fly. I mean, well, then again, the boss is this legendary hero, so I guess for her it's no deal. But it's to get your gun field stripped twice, man. It's not like she broke it; she just took it apart. But then again, you know, I'm sure those parts went flying everywhere in the jungle in the dark. There ain't no way you're gonna put that back together.
I'm not your boss anymore.
Ooh, stings. I'm not your mom anymore,
There's
Snake.
nothing for you here. Go home.
The fuck you pull that out
Back
from?
to your boss. There's no need to prove that you are virtuous here. This isn't America.
This is Russia, comrade. And why are the bullets going sideways like that? Flipping all over the place. Dude, are you Meryl related somehow? Because that's like a shit waste of ammo. It's already exploded. Yeah, I'd make that face too, Snake, if I was just wasting that much ammo.
That should stir things up a bit. You'd better hurry.
Snake's face is like, I don't know what's worse, seeing the wasted ammo or seeing where she put that damn Patriot at. I guess there it goes. I didn't see it, and I guess I noticed it the last minute. But yeah, that was the person that's known as the Sorrow. What's very interesting is when it rains is when he shows up. Every single time I've noticed. And there's a secret, there's two secret like R bumper scenes. You don't, it won't show the bumper sign, so you have to actually push the button at the right time. There's two that I know of, and I show those. Man, stop freaking roasting them. Just put them on spit and roast them. Call them dinner. Jesus Christ, boss.
You don't know the truth yet, but sooner or later you'll have to choose. I don't expect you to forgive me.
But you're my mom, boss.
But you can't defeat me either. You know me too well. Just look at that bandana. If you can't put the past behind you, you won't survive long.
Oh, look. This was so unnecessary. And also, Snake, why'd you leave your hand right there? Ah!
If we meet again...
Ah, man. That was his right hand, too. That's probably like his good hand. That's probably like the arm he's like used to doing things with. Ain't no amount of survival viewer gonna fix that shit. Things like, oh man, I gotta explain to the Major that 45 I had for like the first 2 minutes, and the mission just got destroyed by the boss.
This is Snake. Major
Dude,
Zero.
you're really calling for having your
I read
hand
you,
stepped
Snake.
on by a
I was
horse.
ambushed by the boss.
You were what?
You were
Drone's
what?
been shot to hell. It's up in flames.
That's not good. Enemy scouts are going to come looking for you.
Yeah, I know.
So,
But what was the boss doing
some of this
in the
footage
first place?
is kind of
There's
patched
gotta be a
together
leak somewhere.
because I
The man the boss is
I
working with Volgin is
didn't
exactly
do
what
very
Snake
well
terms
with the
as
first
crucible.
time doing
I
this.
lost my gun.
And then
The
I also
boss
wanted to
destroyed
patch
it.
in some
Snake,
footage of
I
me
know
getting
how
the
you're
secret
feeling.
reels here.
It's hard for
I
me to
think
believe, too.
I show where every
Legendary
single one of them
hero like
are.
the boss would go
I
to the
think.
Russians.
So if I don't show where every single one of those are, I'm sorry.
That's how it is, and if
I
you don't
kind of
accept it,
figured that
they'll
out.
beat her.
That's not the problem.
I think I figured
In
out
terms of
after
sheer
we meet
technique, I'll never be able to
our
beat her.
contact
I
that
know
we're
that all
going to be
too
talking
well.
about here in a minute.
You've got to do it, Snake. She's your enemy and your objective.
Enemy. We were together for 10 years, and now you tell me she's my
As
enemy.
boss said, the
Enough.
times are the
Hurry
enemy.
to the factory where
Because
Adam is
friends
working.
now can be enemies
Scouts
tomorrow, as
have
she
probably
said.
already
And
been
this
sent
is
out to investigate
Snake
the
realizing what she meant.
You've lost
And I
your
like to
weapon,
think
right?
that she was
That means
preparing
you've got
him
no chance of
with
winning
all
the
that
battle.
conversation in the
Whatever you
virtuous
do,
mission right before
don't
she
let them
defected.
see you.
Alright, so what you need to do here is I like to run over here, hide behind this little wall, and just crawl, and then change your camouflage to maximize what you can, which is probably going to be the tiger stripe with some face woodland paint, or maybe black. I think black's also an option. And this is actually where I mismatched some footage. And I'm saving right here because things could go kind of crazy, because we don't have a weapon in your first run. Now, I have a single action armory, and I do have the Patriot, but I'm not going to mess with that. And the thing I have equipped here is a personnel detector, so it beeps. You don't want to have this equipped all the time, if anything at all. Once you play this game enough, you don't really use the radars or the detectors or anything like that.
This is HQ.
There's a ducky right there, but we can't get it. Well, we could. I could get it, but I'm not going to shoot. But you know where a ducky's at now.
Sending reinforcements. Use extra caution.
So right here, once the second guy passes, wait for the second guy, which the second one the guy did, and just carefully crawl. And I noticed quite a bit after watching myself play this. I do tend to crawl and do the hunch crawl or hunch walk like this a lot, when I probably shouldn't. Like right here, I could probably like normal run and then dive into the grass right here and I'd be okay. But I don't do that. Now, the items that were here in the Virtuous mission, we don't have it. There won't be thermal goggles there. The thermal goggles we'll get actually pretty soon-ish, but they're not here. They're going to be where we found Sokolov at. No, you don't. You don't see anything. Yeah, you're seeing things, dude. And one of the things about playing this on the new mode, Snake will automatically, the image or the camera will shift to closer to Snake's head, which is a bit annoying. I want to say it kind of did that in the original one, but it kind of zoomed out a little bit so you could still see. I want to say. Ow, fuck, I got bit by a snake. Go figure. So I'm poisoned, so this would be a good time to show off how to get rid of the venom poison. Use the serum, and we'll be good. Now there's cold medicine, but I don't recall ever getting a cold in this game. I don't know how you could get a cold. Okay, so right here, there is a secret reel right here, and I'm going to shut it off here. First, I'm going to go down here. I think I'm going to do a codec conversation or radio conversation first. So go down here. Actually, no. There's not a reel here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to sneak on that bridge and get to the other side, but there's two people there, and they're both going to go on opposite ends. So there's really not a way to do that normally.
Yo, you're Snake, aren't you?
Snake, you're my second favorite character in this game.
I heard that you're an expert on
Just because of the conversation. Maybe not the second favorite. He's one of my favorites. Ironically enough, Ocelot's my favorite character in Metal Gear Solid, the series. He's my favorite villain. I don't think there's a character in the series that comes close to Ocelot in terms of just liking and disliking, because I both like and dislike him in equal measure. I like him because how tricky he is, and I also like him as sort of a foil to Snake in this game, and also him in future games with Naked Snake also.
If you slide down cliffs, you won't take any damage.
All right, sounds good.
Speak. Let go of
Nah, well, I'm gonna have to like throw you down, but I want to knock your ass out here in the grass where they can't find you. So here, you can stab him to death, or you can just keep knocking him down. Now, I'm not going to get a 0 alert run. I think that's a little bit beyond what I want to do. So knock him out and go across the bridge. Since there's only just Snake, the bridge won't completely tilt and force you down. So go across, and then what I like to do, I like to hang off this ledge. And as soon as you let go, just keep button mashing A, and then Snake will catch the ledge right below. If you don't, I want to say Snake will still catch the ledge, but rather be safe than sorry. Go down here and you'll get some camo. You'll get the water drop camo, which is nice for when it rains or when there's water. I want to think there's one instance in the swamp. I think that's when I use that camo. There might be one or two more instances. So right here, we're going to take out this guard. We're going to interrogate him. This is some useful information that you can get from enemies by doing this. You can get radio frequencies to cancel alert status, or they might tell you some interesting stuff that you can find stuff. Like we was talking about to get the raindrop camo, that's what he's talking about. When you knock them down here, you can do your 1, 2, 3 combo and you can kick them. This is a good way to keep on knocking them down until you actually knock them out with the stars above their head. Oh, come on, Snake. I think I'm going to get cut right here.
Who's that?
Of course, he doesn't have radio, so he can't really call it. So let's get up. And let's go ahead. What the hell? And knock him out. So he's knocked out. There's no more people here, so the alert status should drop really quickly. And the evasion status, too. So we're out. We can go to Reservoir. And Reservoir, I'm not going to bother pulling out the bullet. Mainly, well, I'm going to pull it out, but I'm not going to worry about so much the health. Because we're going to get into a sequence right here where we're going to... I just realized I used a knife to fix a cut. I thought it was a bullet, but he just cut me. But I'm not going to worry about health so much because there's a sequence right here where we're going to go to sleep and Snake will recover all of his health. And there's some goodies that we can get here. But first off, you remember that mouse trap I laid here in the previous part? We're going to go ahead and get that. Now, I'm forgetting how to grab it. It got a bird. When you lay a mouse trap, an animal will get caught by it, and you can pick it up. No telling how long that bird's been caught by that mouse trap. But the mouse trap is useful to get a very special animal called a Tsuchinoko, which we will get the Tsuchinoko in this playthrough. It makes me think of a Yu-Gi-Oh card. I forget what it's called. But anyways, it is called Tsuchinoko, but I can't think what the archetype is. But if you want to get your mousetrap, you're going to have to lay down and crawl over it. Kind of like a claymore. I forgot how to get it. I'm over here thinking, well, maybe I can't get it in this version. Like, it's a one and done kind of item. And if you eat certain animals, they might show a little bit of a video of showing Snake eating it. And also, for certain injuries like Snake fixing a cut or Snake burning off leeches. I want to say there's like one more. Not a broken bone. I think it's just a leech and a cut. I think that Snake will fix himself up with. And then for animals, it's a snake and the fish. I think for fish, it's an arowana or arana. I forget what it's called. But I looked it up during that video, and you just gotta crawl over it to get the mousetrap. There should be an AK-47 up there at the second floor. Not the second floor right here, but there is face camo here. I think this is the zombie face camo, which is right here. I believe bug juice keeps leeches off you, but I don't really use it, as leeches are just easy enough to remove. Just go to survival view and just burn them off with your cigar. And this is the raindrop camo we got earlier in the previous section. I really like the tiger stripe camouflage a lot. It's kind of like the default I noticed for some of the scenes, the mandatory scenes. And we got zombie face paint, which zombie face paint doesn't really do anything. It's kind of cool, but it doesn't really do anything really. I forgot, is there something up here? I think there's a duck or a frog up here that you can shoot. Or there's a duck right here. So that duck wasn't in the original game. It's the frogs that were original game, which is kind of interesting. I looked at it. I don't remember any ducks all over the place. But we can go ahead and shoot it. I'll use a single action armor just to do it, but I won't use a single action armor to like shoot enemies or anything like that, unless it's given to me in the game, which it is. But I'm not going to be using that. Let's go ahead and take it off. And then let's go down here. There's a AK-47 somewhere here. I'm trying to remember. But it is on the stairs of the second floor. So let's go ahead and grab this. We get some smoke grenades. Which randomly, who puts smoke grenades there in the corner? Doot. Come on, Snake. Pass Phil. Go find the AK-47. So this will be our first weapon that we get to really use, but I don't really use the AK-47. I'm going to go for a non-lethal run up until the point where it doesn't really matter anymore. Because a certain boss fight will punish you for killing your enemies, and I just like to avoid that because it's a lot of unnecessary craziness. So I'm not going to be taking out anybody. When I do, there's going to be kind of like a lull where I'm like, oh shit, man, what happened? I'll probably like pause and reload because it's just a pain. The AK-47, you can switch to full auto or single burst. It's not like the XM16 where you can go from single to triple or full auto. The thermal goggles are in that locker, but I didn't get them. I'll get them in the next part.
Adam is a
But
spy
thought all said, the part's almost over, folks. If you like this part, please consider liking, comment, subscribing to the channel. I know this part didn't have a lot of playthrough, like me playing around with Snake and everything. But it is part of Metal Gear Solid, and I really do love this game. But anyways, I'll see you folks on the next part. Once again, take care. I'll see you on the next one. Later and bye.